I'm 31 and I've chosen to remain single at the moment, and my dad questioned me the other day. He said, "Don't you think that the older that you're getting a little too picky?"
I have a roster of ex-situationships. One of them has stopped answering me, but I'm now like itching for this one. I'm like, what are you up to, babe?
I love being a girl and I would never want to be a male, but I just don't understand girl logic or girls in general.
If I knew that dating was going to be this bad when I was in college and my parents was like, focus on that education. The boys will always be there. Don't focus on the boys. Get that degree. I would have never gotten that degree.
Does it make a woman less attractive if they smoke?
So dating over 50, I am not seeing the guy anymore that I was seeing. It just kind of sucks.
It's confusing to know how to approach, on one end you want to be equal, but then at another end, you want me to cater to you like you're not equal. You want me to pay all these things as if I'm to take care of you. And so it's a very confusing dating dynamic. And there are men out there who are just like, I want nothing to do with it.
Sunday night, not supposed to get mad. Right now, Sunday night, not supposed to get mad.
Right now, okay, we can go ahead and place your order. While we're so with you did, I tried to take your order, you stupid bitch.
Go out there.
I tried to take your order, you stupid bitch. I'll go with you, home. I don't hit with it. I'll hit with it.
I have a roster of ex-situationships that I will text, like, as time has passed. It's been like 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 years for some of these guys since they've seen me little and seen me naked. We just like shoot the I get lonely, I get bored. One of them has stopped answering me and I was like, oh, it must be because he had a girlfriend. I'm gonna stop texting. I found out that he doesn't have a girlfriend through the grapevine. I asked someone who is a mutual. And so I texted him again. I was like checking in. Sure, maybe the last time we talked, he was like, you literally don't take this seriously at all. Like, this is just a joke, fun and games to you. No, it's not a joke. I'm bored. And we're friends, right? Like, what's the point of it all? So yeah, I just like run it back with my others. But I'm now like itching for this one. I'm like, what are you up to, babe? Meanwhile, he sent me like unsolicited dick pics last time and I was like, it's a Tuesday. It's a Tuesday at 12. Like, save it. Save it for later and I could maybe entertain that. But like, I'm clocked in. I'm kidding. I was a little bit thrown off by that. And I was like, when are we gonna meet up? He lives in like a different state across the country. Like, when are we gonna hang out? Come to the city, visit me. He's like, okay, we can meet in Las Vegas. I'm like, why did I go to Las Vegas? Come here. I don't know. He, does not talk to me anymore. But one day, I'm sure of it, they always come back. They've been back. They left, and now they're gotta come back again.
Do you ever think it might be a good thing to leave him alone?
One more time?
I am not gonna sleep with him. It's closed for business. Yep. I'm gonna be a good girl.
Okay. It's so sad that a video of me just being like, bring back men who court and aren't just trying to like use women as socks is so problematic to some guys. They get so upset about it. I'm like, why are you so mad? They just like to go on tangents about like, bring back women who are pure and clean and cook for men and all this stuff. Like, no, in a relationship, honestly, like, it's fun to like do that stuff together. It's not like I'm saying like, no, provide for someone's whole entire lifestyle. Some people do that, some people are capable of that, but that's not what I'm saying. Like, courting women, like, romance. Bring back romance. Is romance dead? Like, hookup culture is so sad to me. What happened to human connection? Just genuine connection. That's the whole point of this.
And you still missed the point. You notice she said, well, we can cook and clean together. But when it's a man providing and protecting, he's got to do that on his own. This is why men prefer to stay single. This is why men walk away.
We have someone here who's 18. She's forming her ideas about the world. So let's say she meets a man in his 30s and he goes, I claim you. She goes, okay, I agree to this. Let's say because she never got the chance to explore the world.
What do you mean by explore the world? What does that mean?
A lot of women want to travel.
So?
They don't want to travel just always with a partner.
What does traveling have to do with it? Is that a prerequisite to being a well-developed human being? You realize for the vast majority of human history, people didn't leave like their immediate 10-mile radius for like their entire lives. Would it be predatory for somebody to date somebody who hasn't traveled?
I'm talking about her forming her own ideas.
Why do you need to travel to do that?
When I hear about dating profiles, that's what women say they want, what men say they want.
Oh yeah, you can want to travel. There's nothing wrong with wanting to travel. Why would that be any sort of negative indicator on a man who wants to date her because her lack thereof of any sort of traveling? Let's say a man who's dating a 30-year-old woman who's never left her hometown ever, or a man who dates a 19-year-old who's done a ton of traveling. Which one do you think is more predatory?
I still think it's the 19-year-old.
But she's traveled.
Hey guys, genuine question. If a man wouldn't marry me if I was ugly, how's come I'm supposed to marry him even if he's poor? Let me know. Bye.
Y'all are getting ran through by the ultra-rich guys. That's why men don't want to date you.
Do y'all know what a flex it is for a man to be able to say that his girl's cheeks aren't on the internet? That's gonna be my next man's biggest flex.
I love being a girl and I would never want to be a male, but I just don't understand girl logic or girls in general. I don't even really understand myself, to be honest. Girls just want to be heard, but at the same time, they want you to respond. But at the same time, they don't want you to agree or disagree. They want you to give your honest opinion. But if your honest opinion is something they don't agree with or doesn't coincide with the answer that they thought they wanted, then it's a problem. And it's like, why are there so many layers and emotions to women? Sometimes that's why I wish I was a dude, because they just go out, take and go about their day. No, women have to cry on the toilet while they're taking that. For the reasons I don't know why. And I am that woman. And I don't get it because I don't like it. And when I see other women around me that are like that, it's no wonder why we don't like each other.
If I knew that dating was going to be this bad when I was in college and my parents was like, focus on that education. The boys will always be there. Don't focus on the boys. Get that degree. I would have never gotten that degree. I could have skipped a couple classes. I could have failed a couple classes. And I could have been married, 2 kids by now, working on the 3rd. I can't believe I wasted my good years, my good body. Ooh, and the body was bodying back then. So that I can get a high-class education. Just for me to be broke and single? If I knew that dating was...
Single sister reveal. Here's a single sister I talk about all the time. She's a private chef. She loves to cook. Really nice girl. Went to Colgate. Her name is Isabella. Okay, I know everyone's here for my single sister, but this is my single cousin. She also works in the restaurant industry. She's 24 from Houston, Texas. It is Anna Gilmama. This one loves to have fun. And that's all we can tell you for now. Isabella's also still single. Thank you for coming.
I have a question for anybody who is romantically attracted to or involved with a woman. Does it make a woman less attractive if they smoke? Personally, I feel like it does. I'm straight. I can't really speak on it, but like in my mind, I feel like that's what the majority thinks. But then I'm like, I don't know. There's probably a lot of people who disagree with me. Like, if I'm talking to somebody, I definitely don't go out of my way to bring up smoking. Now, I don't lie if I'm asked about it, but I simply just try to avoid it. Whereas, like, I'm more open about, like, yeah, I like to drink sometimes. I try not to talk about that. I just feel like that makes me seem less feminine. I just feel so curious about other people's perspective on this topic. Like, I'm so conflicted about it.
When y'all realize that y'all gotta be mean to you and they're gonna be so in love with you, like with that, listen, if that makes sense. So be the one that don't listen.
Somebody in the comments said single mom by the end of the year.
So there's this guy Honestly, since my freshman year of going to Ole Miss, he has been publicly embarrassing people by posting videos of them when they're drunk and he's interviewing them. He's also has posted on his story multiple times of girls asking him to take these videos down after the fact, and he refuses to. So he recently posted a video of me from my freshman year. I am definitely intoxicated and never consented to this video being posted. He also lied and told me that it wasn't recording and said that the consent was me jumping into the video, which never happened. I am in the video and it's very embarrassing. And I'm now a senior here and he just posted it. A little bit about him. He has probably pretended to be an Ole Miss football player for, I don't even know if he's still here, but still pretend. It's his profile picture. Pretty sure he was on the practice team. But that was his flex to the university, that he was a football player. He wasn't. I asked him nicely to take the video down since it was from 3 years ago when I was a freshman. So I did reach out to him and I said, this video is from literally so long ago. Can you please delete it? And he said, no. He was like, it's funny and like I make money and I get views. I don't care. I just think it's crazy how people will lie about who they are just for attention and exploit others for clout. If you see him on your feed, just know it's all fake and he's not who he pretends to be. Don't support people who humiliate others.
Modern women never take accountability for the things that they did that was silly. And women were actually coming at her.
All I have to say is good luck getting laid. Me and my girlies are participating in the 4B movement. That's my next plan. Why am I crying? I don't know. Probably because I think I'm never gonna get married. That's my thought of the day. Like, what if I don't get married? Like, why is that bothering me? Oh, there's really something so wrong.
Anyone that thinks that being with a man is hard is doing it wrong. Men are so simple. Literally, all you need to do is feed them, play with them, respect and appreciate them, and they're happy. Men are so simple. They're so easy to be with. I love men.
My 3 boys were asking me, Mom, what are you getting us for Valentine's Day? And I said, nothing. Valentine's Day is for girls. They look at me so confused and I'm like, okay, look, I know we have to do things for school because everybody has to be treated equally. But in reality, in the real world, in this home, Valentine's Day is for girls. It is the man's job to do for the women. My oldest was like, that's not fair. I guess I'm just gonna have to get over it when I'm older. And I was like, boy, that's the attitude that's gonna get you in trouble as a grown man. I did not raise a child to be in his feminine energy with women. I'm raising you boys to be in your masculine energy with women. I am raising you to love yourself, respect yourself, and be the man you know you can be. He finally got it. It clicked. My middle son, he was like, okay, Mom, I got this. And literally the sweetest boy. He made my salad for me. He did everything yesterday. I did not even have to touch anything or pick anything up. He was like, as soon as I started grabbing my coffee cup to go to the car, he was like, no, Mom, I got this. And he grabs it, opens my car door and is like, okay, Mom, there you go. They literally love it. When I'm in my feminine energy with my boys, they love it because it naturally pushes them into their masculine energy. They are like the sweetest. They compliment me like, Mom, why are you so beautiful? I'm like, baby, thank you. I know I am. If you are a mom, you got to get in your feminine energy with your kids if you have boy kids and just teach them what it's like to actually feel being in their masculine energy, because it's all a feeling. We learn these feelings as children. Why not teach our kids now so they don't have to go through the same BS and limiting beliefs and healing that we have to go through?
And this is the origin of Happy Wife, Happy Life. It starts at a young age when these modern women wear these young men out. They wear them down to where I didn't come in here for a conversation like this. I was just asking if I was going to receive the same thing in return. I'm giving you something. Am I going to get it back? You went on a long spiel about, no, you're not. And here's why. Gaslighting this young man into thinking he don't deserve anything. And y'all wonder why men don't want to be around y'all. Men don't want to approach.
So dating over 50. I just wanted to say real quick, because I've been talking on this page so much that I am not seeing the guy anymore that I was seeing. And it doesn't really matter why, and I don't need to get into that. But it just kind of sucks. Like it stings a little. I think everybody, and I shouldn't say everybody, but I think for me, it's nice to have somebody that texts you every day or wonders how you are and asks how your day is, and so you just don't feel as alone. And it's just nice to have somebody. So I am fine, and it's not the end of the world at all. But it sometimes, I think everybody kind of wants somebody that looks out for them and is there for them. So wasn't him, and I'm sure I'll find somebody at some point.
There was a woman in the comments said, hey, maybe you shouldn't put your dating life on TikTok. Men might be uncomfortable with that. Instead of taking accountability, she just decided she was going to continue to do that. And she's wondering why she can't find a man, why men don't want to approach, why men would rather stay single. Same old, same old.
I'm 31 and I've chosen to remain single at the moment, and my dad questioned me the other day. He said, don't you think that the older that you're getting a little too picky? I paused. That was a valid question, and so I answered thoughtfully. I have standards, and they're not high standards. I wouldn't even call them that. They're just my standards. I don't think I'm asking for something from a man that I can't give myself. I've spent years in therapy trying to become a better person, journaling, reading books, listening to podcasts, and I expect the same of my partner, someone that is emotionally intelligent and self-aware enough to do work on themselves. I'm not asking for something I'm not giving. I have taken so many years to get an education, to build a career for myself, and I am at a disadvantage in comparison to a man. I am more of a minority than a man is. So if you start off with the upper hand, to me, there should be no excuse as to why you can at least meet me where I am financially. I don't think I'm asking for something I'm not willing to give. There are so many things I can go on and on about. I don't think I'm picky. I think at the age of 31, I have gone through my trials and tribulations enough to know myself, to be confident in who I am, what I bring into someone else's life, and I just want them to be able to meet me where I am, if not better, because that way they inspire me to be better. And I don't expect a flawless person because I am not a flawless person. And that makes me happy. It's not like a defect of mine.
This is what's going to have you and your friends in the comments at a disadvantage. Y'all are already talking about men have way more of an advantage than you. And so therefore, I expect you to be way on a higher level. I expect you to be making and this and all this other stuff. Instead of just saying, hey, you look like you're going the same way that I am. Looks like we have the same core values. Why don't we get together and learn each other and grow together? They can be as nice as they want to be. Not every modern woman is loud and boisterous and demonstrative. They just like this, but still talking silly, making silly comments and wondering why, like your dad asked, why are you still single? Where are all the good men? Why are men not approaching you? Why can you, as beautiful as you are, why can you not find a man to court you?
I recently did a live where I looked at where all the men have gone, right? And this was in response to a question that I saw really on TikTok, where I came across this whole side of TikTok where women were basically complaining about the fact that they had a very hard time finding men to connect with, men that might actually be, potential boyfriends and then eventual husbands, whatever. Like, they're just not connecting with real men. And so, after having conversations and really having had the opportunity to talk with countless men, some who are married, some who are single by choice, I have to say there are a few things that I have noticed, especially now with today's dating market. One, there are men who are just checked out, completely checked out of the dating market. Different reasons for this. Some believe that they're just not really going to be getting a good deal. I think today's dating market is highly confusing because you have on one end a lot of women who want to be independent, who really want to be, have their own agency, make their own decisions, do their own thing, and really live a modern way. But then at the same time, many of those same women still demand traditional roles from men, as in men wanting men to pay for them, wanting men to take them out on dates and foot all of the bill, preferring men to do all those different things, romance them as if they were a more traditional housewife, type. And so you have men who just feel like it's just confusing. It's confusing to know how to approach, and one end you want to be equal, but then in another end, you want me to cater to you like you're not equal. You want me to pay all these things as if I'm to take care of you. And so it's a very confusing dating dynamic. And there are men out there who are just like, I want nothing to do with it. And so there's that. You have other men who are just grabbing their passports. They're just like, they want a woman who's more traditional. They want a woman who is maybe coming from a culture from very early on. They are taught to be wives, or taught to value being a wife. They're taught to value family. And it's just harder to come across that, in America. And then you have, like I said, other guys also who feel like just engaging in a relationship with a woman today, or with a modern woman, is akin to chaos, and that they would prefer to go to the gym. They prefer to go to the gym, maybe play video games, work out, work. You know what I mean? They keep like a pretty small circle. And again, they've also disengaged because they're just, they see relationships as connected to chaos. And so these are a few things that I've had a chance to just overhear from men who are just, for whatever reason, not in the dating market. And then there's also men out there who would like to be in the dating market, but are fully aware that they just don't have the money that they think necessary to be able to offer what women would like. I mean, I've talked to men in college who are pursuing higher education who seem like, good, healthy, attractive men. They're, on a good career trajectory, but they are fully aware that women, even in their age, are wanting them to provide some form of financial stability or take them on these nice, lavish dates, and they just don't have it because they're in college. I mean, again, these are things that I have heard. And of course, this isn't every situation, everything, but these are just common reoccurring things. I will say, as a woman, I definitely challenge ladies today to really think about the expectations they themselves have held on to with respect to dating and relationships, because there are so many different messages that have been promoted to us over the years, particularly Black women, that I think just really are not healthy and really don't lead to the long-lasting results that we want. And also, I think one major thing that can be a big hindrance and can be really unhelpful for people, ladies, finding good, genuine love, is putting these really unrealistic financial and unrealistic social standards on men. And what I mean is, if you believe, okay, this man has to be making at least 6 figures, or he has to have this particular degree, or this, and that may not actually be what you need. Because some ladies who have these standards may actually be the same woman who say, oh, they want a God-fearing man. And what if God sends you a God-fearing man? Maybe he's not making 6 figures. Maybe he's making 5 figures right now. Maybe he'll make 6 figures later on, right? Maybe he has a vision. Maybe he has a plan that'll bring him to that point. But for today, maybe he's not there. But he may be exactly what you need. But I think sometimes there can be these unrealistic standards or these expectations of what we think we need to be in a really happy, satisfying relationship. And it has nothing to do with what God really has for us. So especially if you're a woman who says you want a God-fearing man, I would highly recommend you actually ask God what he has for you and what he wants, because you might be surprised to find that his list is different than your list. And even if it looks different, it'll be better than what you could have come up on your own. But a lot of these standards and a lot of these things that some ladies are holding on to actually could be keeping them from their husband. And then, like I said, if you've had men out there who've gotten to the point where they simply feel like they're being treated like an ATM, or that they're just on a rotation, or that they're just continuing getting women who are quote unquote dinner whores, right? Like women who are just trying to find guys to take them on dates or pay for them because they don't have the money to take themselves on nice restaurants themselves. Like, so those guys are gonna check out. So, yeah, I just think there's something really valuable as women about just allowing God to tell you actually who you need to be, and then allowing him to take you on that journey to being that woman. And I think more women who are willing to embrace that and go on that journey may actually find it easier for them to connect with the men, or really the man that is meant for them, because all you need is one. Really, that's all you need.
You know what's funny is that these modern women, and some of them can be as nice and sweet as they want to be, but deep inside their heart, they got a problem with actually doing what the Bible told them to do, what God told them to do. Oh, well, you're supposed to love me like Christ loved the church. Oh, you're supposed to dwell with me according to knowledge. You're supposed to observe and learn my patterns and make me happy, right? The Bible also says that you're supposed to submit to me as a man. The Bible also says that you're supposed to help me out, but you're not doing that. Well, they don't want to hear that. Well, I submit to you when you love me. So it's conditional. Y'all continue to do whatever y'all want to do. It's optional for you. But when it's the man, then they got to do whatever you want to do. Men just say, you know what? I'll take that ring back. I appreciate it. I think I'll just stay single. You know what? I don't think I want to get married anymore. I'm regretting the day that I approached you. You have a good day. You be blessed. And now y'all upset. Where are the good men at? Away from you.
Story time. I am currently at the movie theater, not watching the movie, eating by myself, because I came to the movies on a date that I was asked on. We get into the movie theater, y'all. Already, when we first walked in the line, I didn't like walk up to the rest of the people. I was like kind of standing back. So I guess he peeped that I was standing back, and he like kind of like, instead of telling me like, hey, just, you know, move up, he rushed in front of me and just started walking up in the line. So I just followed behind him. So my job, I'm treading behind him. He hit me out the blue like, and while we in the line getting snacks, he hit me with out the blue like, I don't even want to get no snacks. I just want to go see the movie. So I could tell in his vibe, his energy, you know, like something is off, but I'm trying to, you know, ignore it. Look at my people. I got this. Anyways, I'm trying to ignore it. Y'all, this man that got me inside the movie theater as we walking in and got to cutting up on me like, you trying to get attention? You looking at like a big nose, ugly. But I don't even be knowing who he be talking about. So anyways, he ended up, I wasn't trying to hear what he was talking about. Here we go, walking out, y'all. Like, I'm about to eat my food. Here we go. Oh my God. Huh? What you got to tell me? Alright. See you later. See you later.
See you later.
Whenever or whatever. I don't care.
See you later.
Alright,
So
bye.
so what you gonna do?
I'm about to have a ride. Come get me. My ride's on the way. Don't worry about it.
You don't have no ride.
I do.
Okay.
Just go.
Okay.
Alright. But don't sit over there somewhere else.
I gotta sit over there.
Why you got to sit next to me?
Because I want to
I
remind
don't
you
wanna.
how disgusting you are.
Okay. You can text me.
No, I want to remind you.
Okay, keep coming.
He takes ugly ass fucking boy.
What?
That you walking behind me for? Why
Because you're walking
why you
in
want
front
to get
of
in the
me.
side?
You were
No,
walking in
you
front
know
of
what
me.
happened. What's going on? I'm gonna keep reminding you.
Thank you for reminding me.
They can see you drug me all the way out here.
I did. I put a gun to your head to make you come out. You're right. I did.
Made me waste my money.
I did. I just paid you back. Literally. And I'm about to pay you for a ride home, so.
Okay, go on your ride.
Thank you. It's on your way. Just get away from me.
No.
I didn't even see you. Almost got up with friend to that table.
I'm gonna like,
What?
I'm gonna embarrass you.
How you gonna do what you want to do? I don't care. I don't care. Embarrass me. I'm straight. Stranger danger. Please get away from me. I cannot believe it. I need to start trusting the Holy Spirit. When I start, when you get anxiety in your heart and you gotta fight past it to do something, that's you just say if God trying to tell you not to do it. And I be always telling God like, Lord, what's the worst that could happen? Like it's just a date, it's just a movie. Like what's the worst that could happen? And then all the worst always happen.
And this is my point. This could have gone way left. This could have been a lot worse than what it was. Man talking to you sideways, talking to you crazy. And you saying, man, that's why you need to follow the Holy Spirit when they tell you something. But what you say in your mind is, how bad could it be? Exactly. It could be pretty bad. Could have been worse. But like we've been saying, modern women don't listen to anything that anybody says, not even God himself. I'm going to do it in my infinite wisdom and reasoning. That's what they do. Period. Full stop. And they get themselves in situations. Now, to give you grace, there's a lot of times that people can walk into the situation and not know. But men have been telling you out here, these is how some of these dudes is moving. Look for sign 1, sign 2, sign 3, and y'all don't want to listen. Y'all keep on going for the jerks, the thugs, the gangsters, and men try to tell you to leave those dudes alone. But you just gotta stunt. You gotta do it your way. You gotta have everything your way like it's Burger King. And then you get yourself into the situation to where a man talking to you like you his child. Y'all got to move more carefully out here in these streets. Y'all want a good, high value man to court y'all. Y'all need to start looking for that, focusing on that. It might take you some time and critical thought, but I promise you it's going to work out in the end.